In this video, we are going to just go through the basic steps on how to create yourself a web site. This is just through the direct HTML coding process. It's not using any content manager. This is just the basics of creating a web site and then uploading it to a server. Now, I've logged into my server that I've rented already, and you'll see that I went to the public.html folder, which is what people would be redirected to when they type in your domain name. The domain name will be associated with the IP address, and that will be redirected to your server, and then that server will point them to this folder, the public.html, if they're using their web browser. Inside there, I created a folder called Bacon. I don't want to go through the complexities of all the other stuff that I've got inside this particular website, which uses a content manager. So here we've just got a folder called Bacon. Now, a web site is literally just a folder that will point to, and it will immediately go to the index.html file. That is where it would point you to, and it would open that. So when creating a structure of what we're going to be doing now, you would just need to have your web pages and then an images folder in there containing the images. You can have the images also in the same location, but then it becomes quite tedious with a number of files in there. So I normally separate it into a sub-folder called images, and that's good practice to do that, to separate it a bit. Now, if I then go to d-range, the site is not really set up properly, and Bacon, it will open up the part which has just got cheese and a picture of Iron Man on it. And that was the page we've got there. So we're just going to go through the basics of setting up a structure of a web page to be uploaded at a later stage. So the first thing you're going to do, step one, is you're going to open up your Windows Explorer. This is the way I'm suggesting you guys do it. There are other ways, but this is the way we're just doing it now for quickly. So Windows Explorer, Windows key E. This explores your physical file layout. Now you'll notice that I have multiple different drives, multiple different locations that I use for different things. Your guys will not look exactly like this. If you go to this computer thread, it will show you the physical drive paths, and at the top there's a quick access area which will have the different locations. So it's not like your mobile technology. This will show you your physical local locations. These are network locations here, and at the top here the quick access just allows me a quick access to commonly used items. You'll see I use two cloud drives. I use Google Drive and I use Dropbox. For now we're going to be working on Google Drive, and you guys will be working on Google Drive. You guys, my class anyway, will be working on Google Drive. And if you go to IT Shared, we go to IT General Resources. So we're going to use M2019, and we're going to create a folder called HTML5. And we're going to be, this is the first part of the video with regards to HTML5 layout, and this is the setup currently. So I'm going to call this HTML5 layout folder. So you create a folder specifically for the website or the exercise or the actual site you're creating, and each site should have its own folder. So to go over that again, I went right click and I went to new and I went to folder. Now when you're inside your HTML5 layout folder, which is the one that I want you guys to be doing currently, is you'll be going to the view options, and you're going to make sure that inside the options under the view tabs, these are tabs here, this is your menu bar at the top. So when I refer to the word menu bar, you click view at the top here, and this will show you your menu bar, and there's options here. In the options, you'll see there that these are different tabs, and I want you to go to the view tab. So there's a general tab, view tab, so a bit of terminology here. Menu bar, that's the title bar. These here are different tabs within it, and then you'll see here's checkboxes and radio buttons. You're going to make sure your hide extensions for known file types is unchecked. So I went through, skipped a couple of steps. So we navigated to the folder we wanted to, and we made sure that I'm going to put that there, but you make sure that the folder, you don't hide extensions for known file types. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to create yourself an images folder, and this images folder, so right click new, and you're going to say folder, and you're going to create an images folder, and that's where you're going to store your images when you do create your site. The next step you're going to do is right click new, and you're going to start off by creating a text document, and I want you to call your first text document layout, and we are going to convert it from being a text file into an HTML file. Because the text file doesn't have any sort of real settings in it, but converting it to an HTML file, you can directly convert that into HTML file. so that the file type is HTML. It will give you a warning saying, are you sure you want to change the file type? And you can go yes because of that. You're also able to go new file inside NetBeans and go to HTML file, so other HTML file, then go through the steps, then browse to the location you want to create that file. So there is more than one way to actually do it. I'm not going to do it this way because I find that a little bit more long. Anyway, it's your choice on which way you want to do that. The next step you're going to do is you're going to go new, and you're going to create another text document, and this one you're going to call style, and you're going to change this from a txt to .css. If it is not giving you this message when you change it, it means that you haven't changed the options to hide extensions of known file types. You hadn't done that option if it's not giving you this message that you're changing the file extension. We are changing the file extension, we're happy with that, so we can go yes. So once you've done that, and you've now created the base structure, and your layout is where you would set up your base layout of your website, and then afterwards you would duplicate or copy and paste this into different pages so you can use that, but that'll be done in the next section after we go over the layout. So next step after we've done that, we are going to create the layout HTML files, and we've done that. The next step is to design our layout. Now, to design our layout, the first thing you have to do is open up your files. So to do that, you highlight both your files, you drag and drop them into the central area of there, and you'll see that you've got there. I'm going to set up the base structure of the HTML page, and you'll notice that the first thing you're going to do is you're going to say doc type. Now, I'm going to paste this directly from, I don't ever remember it all by heart, but you'll notice that there's different coding for different types of HTML, etc. that you're using. For HTML5, you literally just start by just saying the document type, which meaning what type of document is that sock type. I'm losing my socks. And then you have doc type, and then you're working with HTML. So you're stating here that the doc type of this is HTML. So with this not coming up with different highlights. I'll look into why it's like that now. And the next thing you're going to do is you're going to start off with your HTML and you close it. A very important thing here is you'll notice that as soon as I press that, it will come up. You just press enter, enter, and then it will open up there. So let me zoom in a bit. So now again for the head, we create a head of that, enter, enter. So it'll open that up. And then we create a body, enter, enter. So that we get into the proper layout, we can clearly see what we're doing. One of the first things that you're going to have inside your head is your meta, and your meta that you're going to be doing is going to be the char set, which you're defining which character set this site is going to be used. We suggest UTF-8 for now. We'll go into different details of that at a later stage. Actually, I don't know because we're not within the syllabus. Even this is not. Anyway, and then you would add a title to your page, and in this case, we're just going HTML5 layout. So you have your base, our base structure of our HTML5 pages set up. Now, okay, do you want to save it as original? Okay, different coding. Odd. Anyway, as far as that is concerned, you can just go yes or no. That doesn't actually make much difference, because when the web page opens, it will choose its own anyway. Now what we need to do is we need to link this page. The next step of this is linking the page to the style sheet. So step 4, link page to style sheet, set up base layout of page plus link to style sheet. So that's the next thing we need to do. Now you learn to type. So what we'll do there is we'll literally drag. The easiest way to do it is you drag it from your style sheet into NetBeans and you put it here. Unfortunately, that I put it on the same. So you'll see there, drag and drop into the actual code. It links it directly to the style sheet, so we don't have to do anything there. It's telling me there's spelling errors and it doesn't like this UTF. I suppose probably my mistake is I put URF instead of UTF here. My bad on that. Yeah, there we go. Now it's picked it up better. So it should be UTF there. My fault. And then this is your base structure of your layout page over here set up. And then now you'll continue to the next video where we will work with HTML5 layouts.